Can you tell me what is the secret to happiness? Recently, I put that question up on Facebook. I said, complete this sentence if you dare. The secret to happiness is. And I got a barrage of answers. It seems that people have, if they've not spoken about it out loud, if they've not openly thought about it, it's something that's been mulling around in people's minds for a long time. And I got all this huge variety of answers. Some seemed rather trite. Some seemed like this must be the right answer. Some seemed like they came across as over-intellectualized. And many of them came across as deeply thought out, meaning that people had clearly been wrestling with that question. The answers range from things like be true to yourself, live in balance, live your life on purpose, want less, give more, be real, have greater boundaries, live from a place of gratitude, be loving, be less attached, even things like have grandchildren, and a whole slew of other things was the answer to the completion of the sentence, the secret to happiness is. This is clearly a question that people have wrestled with, and it's certainly a question that I personally and professionally have wrestled with for many, many years. What most of the people who would meet me, and in fact, many of the people who have known me for years would not know, is that for many years I battled with depression. A depression that could become quite dark. Now, I should be clear, I have experiences of happiness. I had experiences of pure joy. However, for the longest time, those things seemed at best elusive. And it became like this hunger for me to know the answer to that. And it seems to me that we have been given a misdirect on the secret to happiness. And let me explain what I mean by the misdirect. You ever watch one of those movies and you're certain it's going to go that way, that this is the killer or this is what's going to happen at the end, and then it flips around on you? It's a misdirect. You don't expect it to go that way. I think that the secret to happiness has been a misdirect. A pure misdirect. In that, what if what makes us miserable is what we've been conditioned to believe is what's going to make us happy? So the pursuit of what we think is going to make us happy makes us miserable. Have you had the experience? I know I have. I know a lot of people have. Where we look at children in awe at their ability to find pure joy. Not in the gift that you just gave them, but in the box that it came in. That somehow a minute after the gift is removed from the box, it is the box that is the gift. In our day-to-day lives, we can look at children and wish we could find that simple happiness that they have. Happiness that seems so accessible to the child and yet so elusive to the adult. What is that magic formula that brings the experience of pure, unabashed, uninhibited joy? As adults, we search for things that will give us stability. And we believe that that is what will make us happy. We even language it. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I'm settled here, there, wherever it is. I'll be happy when I find a great place to live. I'll be happy when I fill it with great furniture. I'll be happy when we have some children. I'll be happy when we get the right car. I'll be happy when. Everything is based on that something that we get, and it's going to make us happy, including I'll be happy when I find the right partner, when I meet my soulmate. But if we pay attention, if we notice, those things indeed do bring us happiness. But at best, it's fleeting. So what are the basic elements in this recipe for joy that children inherently know and that we as adults seem to have lost? We are trained to believe that happiness comes from finding something and then holding on to it. It's in songs, it's in plays. Go out there, find what makes you happy, and then hold on to it. But maybe that's actually what makes us miserable. Why is a box just a box to us? And to a child, it's a whole world of possibility. I think the answer is both elusive and simple to that question and the secret to happiness. Children, especially the young ones, live in a state of curiosity. They marinate in an ocean of the amazing unknown, and everything, even a cardboard box, becomes an adventure. We, as adults, decide what everything is before we even get to it. Before we even know, we've already decided. You see, we see the world through the lenses of our past. Therefore, if something seems even vaguely familiar to the thing we did or experienced before, we've already decided what it is. Then there is no genuine curiosity, and without genuine curiosity, nothing is new. There is no adventure, and at that point it's very easy to feel dark, depressed, like there is no point. Children naturally live in a state of learning. So maybe the key to happiness, or at least one of the keys to happiness, is that we can learn from children in deciding that we don't know. That as such we could become genuinely curious. Maybe the search for the answer to this elusive secret to happiness is in part deciding to never stop learning, because then life would be a grand adventure. And maybe we could become as the little children, experiencing the real joy of life. I put it to you that the secret to happiness, the secret to fulfillment, maybe even the secret to success is built on three foundations. First of all, curiosity. The first foundation being curiosity. To become fiercely curious. To want to know, to dig deeper. Think about little kids. They're always asking why. Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? They want to know why. They are inherently curious. The second foundation is to be in a state of learning. Particularly about the things that we think we already know. We want to write it off. We want to move past that and get to the next thing. But instead to learn. And the third foundation is in that state of curiosity and constant learning to look at life as an adventure. Not something we're working towards an end goal and that we're going to be happy when we get to that goal, but rather that it's a great voyage of discovery. It's an adventure in which we are deeply curious and always in a state of learning. Curiosity, learning, and adventure. These may be the three foundations to the secret to happiness. You see, our ego and our conditioning tells us that keep things the same, that's safe. Therefore, change is death. And who do you know who embraces change? Most people are terrified of it. It seems to me that, in truth, it is staying the same that deadens our lives. That emotional, mental, intellectual death comes in clinging to the familiar. That death is simply little more than varying degrees of comfort that becomes complacency. I want to know what you think. Tell me how you feel. Till next time, this is Dov Baron, suggesting that you stay curious, my friend. Stay curious.